Welcome back to Real Estate Mindset. Today's video is going to be absolutely bonkers. Now, the data is in, and 72% of Americans that purchased in 2021 and in 2022 have buyer's remorse. That's absolutely bonkers. And what we're going to do today is we're going to deep dive into a CNBC article that essentially tells us why people are having so much buyer's remorse. Now, if you're a first-time home buyer, potential home buyer on the sidelines, I'm doubling down on this video with my message by bringing on a potential first-time home buyer and subscriber, Jeff M. Jeff, how are you, sir?
I'm good, Travis. What's going on, man?
Not a lot, dude. You ready to get bonkers or what?
Bonkers. Let's go.
So you guys, real quick, do me a favor, you guys, for my effort. You know I'm not a financial advisor, even though my bio is someone that wants to help you for that reason. Like this video, subscribe if you can. And Jeff, I'm really sorry about that intro. I know it's probably driving you crazy, brother.
I love it, man. That's the hook.
Dude, I really appreciate you being here, man. That means a lot to me. So Jeff, before we really dig into the article, and what we're going to do, guys, is I'm going to basically read a little bit of the article, and then I want to get Jeff's perspective as a potential first-time home buyer. But first, Jeff, tell us a little bit about yourself. Do you have a family? What's your housing market? Maybe your age? What's going on with you, man?
I'm 29 years old. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. No wife, no kids, got a great girlfriend. Yeah, and just looking to maybe take that next step in life.
And buying a house?
Yes, yes.
Okay. All right. I like it. Has it been an emotional roller coaster for you?
Emotional to say the least.
It's hard out there, dude. And
man,
you know,
it is so taxing on your state. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get it, dude. So Jeff, again, man, I appreciate you being here. What's your, and you said Missouri is your local housing market, right?
St. Louis, Missouri. Yeah. We're very close to Illinois. If you're looking at a map, we're on the furthest right-hand part of Missouri. It's like it borders Illinois right there. All
right, fair enough. So I'm going to pull up this article real quick, Jeff. Let me show you what we're going to review today. And you guys at home know that this article is going to be in my description. If you want to know more about it, if you want more details, just click it. But the name of the article, and again, this is CNBC, is 72% of recent home buyers have regrets about their purchases. As the market cools, these steps can help you avoid disappointment. So that's what we're going to read today, Jeff. And I've already given Jeff a copy of this, so he kind of has an idea of where we're going to go with this, right?
Yes.
No, hopefully it goes well, bro. Yeah, hopefully it goes well. And again, man, I really appreciate your courage. It's really hard to get on camera a lot of times for people, so I really appreciate that, dude.
Man, thank you for having me on. I've never seen a content creator have a subscriber on with no following or anything like that.
Really? They should, man.
Really
I mean,
cool.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's so cool and so humbling. All right, let me pull up the first part of this article. Can you see this okay?
Yep, it's perfect.
Okay, I'm going to read this quickly, Jeff, for all of our viewers. So here's how the article starts. As the U.S. housing market cools, feverish competition for homes in the past couple of years has left 72% having regrets about their home purchases, according to a recent survey from Clever Real Estate. The number one reason for the buyer's remorse, 30% of respondents said they spent too much money, Jeff. Number two, I'm not attacking you. Don't feel that way. I am attacking you a little bit because you almost bought. We'll get into that. Number two reason. I know. That's how this whole thing came. Anyway, it's because it's like, oh my God, not Jeff. I love Jeff. Number two reason, the second most regret was rushing the home buying process, with 30% saying the purchasing decision was rushed and 26% indicating they bought too quickly. So Jeff, do me a favor. Okay, so essentially, biggest regret is rushing, biggest financial transaction of your life, and overpaying. Can you talk to the viewers? Can you talk about the subscribers and let us know if you went through something similar as that when you were out there putting in offers?
Yeah, so I've only put in one offer. It was a couple months ago, as you know. It was a good deal in a bad market that we're in, so it seemed like it was, paradise in Hawaii. Yeah, I don't think I rushed into it as much as I got very emotional about it. It's very easy to get into a house and just like see the living room and the kitchen and just think of all the memories you're going to start making. And, you're like, oh man, it's like, we got to jump on this now. But, I wasn't there just because, the day before I felt like, oh, I need to get into a house. I just found a good deal, I thought. And then the emotions took over. And then that's when you kind of start just getting sucked into it.
So did you feel did you feel rushed? And I'm not saying specifically from your realtor, right? I'm talking about yourself, right? That fear, like, oh my God, like, tell us the fear. Like, did you feel like people were going to start, coming back into the market, buying all the inventory? What was going on in your head?
Yes. So first off, my realtor is phenomenal, and I will talk about him later. But yeah, of course, it's FOMO at its finest. It's like when Bitcoin's at 70,000, you're like, it's gonna go to 100, and I wish it was at 20, and blah blah blah. So you see a slight downtick in the market, and again, it is very easy to get sucked back in, and you get crazy thoughts, man. You just feel inadequate. You're like, man, like home ownership is totally dead, and what am I going to do? And, it's a societal pressure, you're supposed to have everything figured out by the time you're 30, and life doesn't really work that way.
No, life is full of surprises. I mean, do you have that feeling like, and I don't know how else to say this, but like, in order to be a man, right? In order to be, a man, and you're going to get married, like, you're the one that has to figure this whole thing out. You're the one that has to pick the house. Do you feel that pressure?
Of course. Yeah. I mean, that is our society. We live in this culture where, everything's online, and, it's fast, and a lot of people, don't want to work and save and, do the slow grind to achieve the end result. It's, quick. How can I do it? So when you're competing with all these people that are, oh yeah, here's 50,000, no inspections, blah, 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 blah. It's like, what are you supposed to do? They're changing the rules of the game. So it's very hard to compete with that. And yeah, that takes a huge toll on your mindset.
Yeah, it's scary. And here's the thing I want to make clear too. You're not just from what I don't know a lot about you, but from what I've, from what you've told me, that, you're in a good position. You're a well-qualified buyer. You've had patience, you've had self-control, and even you kind of got emotional, fear of missing out, and you actually put an offer in. Thank God you didn't get it accepted. Right. But
correct. Yeah. So I've been exceptionally disciplined with saving money the past 10 years. I have no shame in saying it. I live with my mom and my brothers, and we all chip in money, and, it costs all of us a couple $100 a month to live in a house all together. That's with all of us chipping in, and I'm able to save 80% of my paycheck every week. And I've been doing that for a very long time. So I'm in a very great place to buy. And when you see the market just go up and up and up forever with no correction or anything, it feels like all you've done for all those years is just wasted.
Is miss out.
You just see your buying power just getting eaten alive.
Dude, I mean, but now you maybe not in your local market, but at least you're starting to see this transition. You're starting to see it turn. And Jeff, that's again why I wanted you here. You put in so much discipline. Imagine if you would have bought a house that goes down $100,000. I mean,
I would have never forgave myself.
Exactly, bro. And that's why I keep saying, like, Jeff, like, just like, let's let the dust settle. And we'll get into that, further on in the video. But I want to read the next part of the video right now. I think this is very interesting. Here, let me pull it up. All right, so let's just jump back into the article real quick, and then I'm going to get Jeff's perspective. Now, here's how the article goes. Offer compromises contributed to regrets. Duh, right? I mean, Jeff, don't do it. Don't compromise. Okay, don't compromise. All right, here it goes. The hot sellers market in recent years prompted buyers to go above and beyond to seal the deals of their prospective homes, which contributed to regrets. To the point, 31% of buyers said they paid over the asking price. The median amount paid over the listing price was $65,000. Notably, tight competition led 36% to make an offer on a home without seeing it in person first. 36% without seeing it. How do you, all right, maybe you can enlighten me. It goes on. Even so, the competition was fierce, with 80% of buyers saying they made more than one offer, with 41% making 5 offers or more. About 1 in 3 buyers said they searched for 3 months for their homes, while 1 in 8 took 6 months or more. So Jeff, my friend, after reading that, can you tell me, man, because I know you watch my channel and I want to see how much you're paying attention, and I hope I don't get disappointed. I don't think I will. I think I am a good read of character, but can you tell everyone from your perspective, why don't you want to get trapped upside down in your house?
Because the house will own you. You will not own the house. I mean, it's just as simple as that. You won't be able to leave. You better hope you have a great job right around the corner in that area, and you better never lose it, because you're never going to be able to sell. The house will literally run your life. As a lot of people in 2008 found out, you do not want to be upside down.
No. I mean, because you can't sell, you can't refinance,
You're stuck.
and you're stuck in it, man. So the fact that, the average person that did, go over asking $65,000. So Jeff, what that means is they start home ownership already upside down. And not only that, like take this into consideration, dude, like to sell your house costs like about 8%.
Right.
So most people, 3 to 5% down. Even they can't sell their house because they haven't generated enough equity to pay the sales agents.
Right.
So go ahead.
I guess it, depends when you bought it. Like if you bought it in 2020, I'm sure you're right about even. If you paid all that extra money, but if you bought it in the last 6 to 10 months, I mean, you're right there at that line where if it goes down, you better start praying.
Right. And you were almost one of those people.
I was. Whenever I put that offer in, I did do it list price, and it was listed undervalued because I know my market. That's one of my golden rules. Know your market, know your market. So that was the only reason why it did kind of suck me in. And I probably would have been fine on it, even if the market ticked down a little bit, but not if we're going to see a 20 or 30% haircut in the next 6 months.
Yeah. Or I mean, even if it's not 6 months, that's obviously super horrible.
Right.
And if you would have done that, this interview would have been going completely different. I'd be like, "What's your mortgage payment?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how much equity have you lost?
Exactly.
Right? So I'm so glad we're not having that conversation. Let's hop back into the article. Okay, so the article is going to go over basically the power shift. So I'm going to read this. Buyers have more power in the current market. As the real estate market shows off signs of cooling, that could give buyers more leverage on these big ticket decisions, according to Ms. Doe, an economist with Clever Real Estate. The National Association of Realtors last week announced that the U.S. is in a housing recession. Is that a new term? Like when did we start saying housing recession? But whatever. In terms of declining sales and building. However, prices continue to rise nationally as inventory remains tight. That's false, but we'll keep going. Interest rates on mortgages are also expected to continue to rise as the Federal Reserve works to curb record high inflation. So essentially, Jeff, and I make this point on my channel a lot, the longer you wait, the better the deal. Up to a certain point, right? Because you got to offset rent, you got to look at some things, but can you tell me, Jeff, what are you seeing in your local housing market after you put in that offer? Are you seeing any changes? Are you seeing cooling down? Talking to your local housing market.
Okay, so it is definitely cooled down a lot. I personally still think my market's red hot. I just saw on the news last night, and I can send you the article if you want to put it up somewhere. 3 miles from my house, there is a new construction. It's totally dirt.
Yeah.
There are 31 people camped out right now, waiting for Monday morning.
Like in RVs and stuff,
slot.
or like
no tents.
What?
On the dirt lot. Yeah, I will send you the news article. Waiting for Monday morning. They've been out there since Tuesday. So
unbelievable.
I mean, and these are $300,000 to $500,000 houses. These aren't little, $100,000, $200,000 affordable houses. No, I mean, these are people that are going to be paying, a few $1,000s a month for these houses.
Yeah.
Also in my market, the used houses, older homes, I see mostly undesirable homes.
Yes.
That are way too expensive, and you'll see a $10,000-$20,000 price cut a few weeks after it doesn't sit, but they're missing a zero on the end.
Yeah. But here's the thing, man. So I think what you just said right now, Jeff, it really hit a spark, because, and I say this a lot of times, like you have an even harder time than me because your local housing market is red hot still.
It's nuts, man. It's nuts.
You know, like my market, Jeff, like, dude, I'm seeing price cuts all over. I'm seeing inventory explode. Like there's no one camping at new builders, right? So like my local housing market, super easy ish, because I hate renting, super easy for me to stay patient. But with people like you, right, that are in, you know, that more red hot housing market because it's local, it makes it a lot harder to stay disciplined, doesn't it?
Definitely. I do agree with you though. The longer you wait, the better deals that are going to come. Because eventually, I mean, people are just going to say, "I don't want to buy right now. It's just it's too expensive." And I think we're kind of getting to that threshold here. We have very affordable housing here in St. Louis, Missouri. You know, the average house is 200 to 280,000. And that's for 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,500 to 2,200 square feet, so it's pretty affordable. It's not like in your market where, they're 400,000 or 500,000 for that.
What I mean, that's not median because remember I have a family. I want a bigger house than the medium size, But Jeff, again, dude, like I totally get it because I see comments like, "Oh my God, Travis, you're right. Like my housing market is down 15%. We got 200% inventory search," and then the comment right under that, "Travis, I love your videos, but I ain't seeing nothing."
Yeah.
Right? It's hard, dude. It's hard, and even though you're in an affordable housing area, we still got to look at the price. We still got to look at the price. We still got to look at the inventory. But if I was you and I saw people camping at the new home builders, that would make me worry.
My jaw dropped when I saw that on the news before, but I was like, what are these people doing, just to get a lot for the potential to build? I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do now, Jeff, is I'm going to show you the 3 things that this article suggests that buyers start doing now. Okay. Let me pull this up. This is interesting. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit, and I'm not going to read it in detail, but the number 1 advice that they're giving is, number 1, insist on a home inspection. Okay. That's, to me, that why you should get a home inspection on every single house. This shouldn't even be on the list, but I agree with that. You should get a home inspection. Now look at number 2, the number 2 thing. And you know that I'm a big pusher on this. Ask for sellers concessions. And I've owned, I don't know, maybe about 6 houses. I've never paid a penny in my closing costs. I get sellers concessions for them to pay closing costs. So I love that. Now, the third thing is find a real estate agent who's in your corner. Now, I love that one because there's some bad agents and there's some good agents. In my opinion, most of them are bad. Some of them are good. And this is why I'm always saying, you guys, empower yourself. But what I really want to ask you, Jeff, is, from the potential first-time home buyer perspective, what advice or recommendations can you give people that are on the sidelines right now that want to purchase a home? What can you tell them?
So I'm going to piggyback off those 3 points right there, and specifically finding a great agent. My real estate agent is phenomenal. He doesn't call me. He doesn't send me properties. And why does he do that? Because I know my market so well that every time he sends me a property, I say, yeah, I saw that 2 days ago when it got listed. I don't like this, this, and this. And he goes, okay. And it just kept happening over and over. And he's like, look, man, he's like, you see every single listing right when it comes out. He's like, I don't really have a job to do. He's like, just find the house that you're thinking about purchasing. Call me. He goes, I'll let you in. We'll go look at it, and I will help you with the offer.
Does he help you calm down your emotions ever?
Yeah. I mean, he's wanting to get paid too, but he gets it, because I told him right off the bat, I was like, look, man, it might be 2 years before I buy. It might be 6 months. It could be tomorrow if we find something great. And he's like, nice. That is totally fine.
Good.
Make sure your agent goes through a contract with you, just what it'll look like before you even go and start looking. Don't sign anything with them, like a no compete agreement or anything, because you should be able to fire your agent if they're doing a crappy job, and that's exactly what he told me. He goes, if I'm not living up to your standards, fire me. So if you don't have an agent telling you something like that, I would not even use them, especially if that agent is going to tell you to do no contingencies, no inspections, 65,000 above asking. I mean, some of these agents should be in jail, in my personal opinion. I mean, it's criminal what's going on. But
it is bad.
The main thing is, I would say, if you can take one thing from this video, is know your market.
Yeah.
Subscribe to Zillow, Realtor.com, draw the little circle around whatever zip code you want to be in, and look at listings every single day. I mean, you need to be like a hawk, just looking at it for hours a day, because like you say on this channel all the time, it is the biggest financial transaction of your life. Just because the bank gives you the money and you can't see the money, pretend like you have the cash right there in front of you. I mean, most people, when you're sitting there looking at a big pile of money, you don't spend it on anything, but people get this thing, oh, it's coming from the bank. Oh, I don't mind spending, tens of thousands above asking, because it's not really my money, but it is your money, and you need to look at it. You're borrowing from your future self. So, know your market, get a great realtor. Because when you buy a house, there's all sorts of extra fees that you don't even think about. Like, $800 for this, $2,000 for that, blah, blah, blah.
Appraisal, inspection, survey.
It stacks up. And a lot of times all that stuff comes out of pocket. So you better have some extra money.
Right. Yeah. Good points. Yeah. Cause you got your earnest money. Just to put an offer in, it actually takes money. Jeff, I think that's absolutely great, man. So, two great things, become an expert per se in your local housing market, and find a realtor that is in your corner, someone that is unreplaceable, because this is the biggest financial transaction of your life, of most people's lives. We have to treat it like that.
Yes.
But Jeff, I just want to end this video, man. And I just want to continue to encourage you to do the right thing. I know it sucks living at mom's house. I get it. It sucks. You have no privacy. You're 29 years old. You have I needed blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, brother, you're doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing, man. So I really want to encourage you to continue, a great deal to you is a great deal to you. It's different to me. Right. So I'm not saying, I'm not trying to discourage you from staying active, but what I'm saying, brother, is keep watching the data. And at the very least, Jeff, let the dust settle. Let the dust settle a little bit. I know you have all that pressure on your back and it feels like it's crushing you, and you have to go right now. You have to, because you're going to find a good deal, Jeff. But brother, imagine if there was 20 times more good deals in the housing market. Imagine what that would look like to you and your family.
That is what I'm hoping. Yeah, no, I've definitely, gotten a lot better at it, dealing with the emotion of it, and just getting rid of the FOMO, and just being a lot more logical.
Tell our viewers, what do you do to handle what do you do mentally to get yourself out of that mind space?
You just got to resist it. I mean, you've just got to dig deep and say, look, owning a house is not the end all be all in life. It's not. My big thing was, and I said this earlier in the video, I was letting the house own me, and I didn't even own the house. It was just consuming me mentally. I was irritable, short-tempered, I felt inadequate, all the things we talked about, earlier in the video. It's that societal pressure. So, and it's not all chalked up as it's, meant to be. Your stuff's going to break around the house.
Yeah, I know.
Hot water heater's going to crack. All these things are going to happen, and you will be dumping money into it, way more than what just your mortgage payment is or what you've budgeted out. I mean, it is going to cost you more money. Yeah.
Don't go broke buying. And, I was hoping you were going to say pray, but still great answer, brother. It was still great answer right there. But I'm just kidding, bro. It was great advice, Jeff. Again, brother, maybe we can have you on here again. I think it would be really cool to get you on here and maybe an investor, and really get side by side, comparisons on how you're looking at the housing market from a first-time home buyer, from an investor. So anything you want to say, Jeff, before I go, brother?
Just keep fighting.
Just
keep fighting. Don't let the emotions get to you, and you will win one day. And that is what I've come to accept, and it has helped me so much.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. All right, man. Well,
Watch Real Estate Mindset too. Like the video.
there it is. Just kidding,
Yeah.
dude. No, absolutely amazing, man. I really appreciate you being vulnerable. I really appreciate you being transparent. Stay with me, okay? I'm going to do my outro
Okay.
and I'm going to come back to you, okay? All right, you guys, if you guys see Jeff M commenting on the channel, show this man some love. He came on my channel. He conquered his nerves to give you guys a message of what he's going through emotionally. So give him some love if you guys see him on the comment threads or wherever you see him. Again, it's Jeff M. Now, obviously, you guys, that's going to conclude this video. I really hope you guys got some value from it. And if you're out there investing in real estate, I do wish you luck and I hope you win.